Well, let us understand about weather system. Okay, for a weather system, let us think about a region of low pressure occur in our atmosphere in the northern hemisphere. Okay, we are considering the northern hemisphere. So this is the figure I plotted here at a low. Around that there are dotted lines, closed dot lines. These closed dot lines are isobars. Isobars means constant pressure uh, lines. This is one constant pressure, another constant pressure, another constant pressure. So I have, so there is at the center there is a low pressure, that's called I. Low pressure, and towards the end, towards the outer side, pressure increases. Okay, so that is isobars with a constant, that are constant pressure lines. Okay, since there is difference in pressure, there is pressure gradient. Pressure gradient means change in pressure with some radius, or dp by dr. Okay, so the pressure gradient causes some force. Okay, uh, so this is, there is pressure gradient, each element of air affects a force. Okay, the force due to pressure gradient each. So in every isobar there are air element. The air element is affected by some force, the force due to pressure. Okay, uh, so at the center there is low pressure, at the outer side there is high pressure. So air moves from high pressure to low pressure, therefore wind is towards the low pressure region or the inward direction. The air moves towards the inward direction, the wind is towards the inward direction. So as we know, as the wind flows towards the center, it will be deflected due to Coriolis force. Okay, so what I'm going to is, the Coriolis force will be like that. Okay, so on this side wind flows towards the low pressure region, so it will be deflected towards the left. Here also it deflected towards left, but the lower region is deflected towards the right. So the upper region is deflected towards left, this arrow, and here it is towards right. Okay, so what happened, ineffectively there is a circulation of air. Okay, the air circulate about the isobars. So this is the region, and the circulation direction is counterclockwise. I think you got. So this is the deflection due to Coriolis force. These lines with an arrow. Okay, so that will pull. Here it will pull towards the counterclockwise direction. So the air circulates in a counterclockwise direction, and is given by this arrow. Okay, so wind circulates counterclockwise about the low means low pressure along the isobars. Okay, that is what happens. Now if the center was a high pressure region, suppose earlier we consider low pressure region, now high pressure region, so the air flows outwards, so wind is outwards. Okay, so in this so this is outwards, so the Coriolis force of deflects towards the right, here it is towards the left. So ineffective, the circulation of air along the isobars in the clockwise direction. Okay, that's the difference. If the center is low, circulation is counterclockwise. If the center is high pressure, then the circulation is clockwise. Okay, suppose it was happened at the equator. Okay, we are discussing this in the north hemisphere. So if it was happened at the equator, what will in the equator we know there is no Coriolis force, so there is no deflection, so there will not be any circulation, only uniform motion. Okay, there is weather tends to be very uniform. Okay, so at the equator weather is almost uniform. Okay, now let us analysis low pressure system. Okay, for that this is the low pressure, and this I plotted like this. This is the radius r, and this line is pressure P, and the small change P plus dP is this one. So here is low pressure, this is high pressure. So the directions of wind are shown this inward, all are inward, and this is the surface. Okay, so this is the direction of velocity, and delta r is the length element. Okay, so that S into delta r will be volume. Okay, that is I am giving. S is area, S into delta r is volume. Now we take W is the density of air. Okay, so W is the density of air. Therefore, mass will be density into volume. W into S delta R. That is the mass of air in this parcel, or means in this region. Okay, you got it? So what is the force here? Force, pressure into area. So this is the pressure force is P into S on this isobar, and here it is P plus T delta P into S. Okay, so what is the net pressure force? The difference is delta P into S, that will be in the inward direction. Okay, delta P into S in the inward direction. Now Coriolis force. The Coriolis force is 2m omega v sine lambda. Okay, what is the direction? It is in the outward direction. Okay, so pressure force in the inward direction and Coriolis force in the outward direction. Here m is the mass of the air and v is the velocity of flow along the isobars. Okay, so we can write the radial equation. Okay, the radial equation is given by mv square by r, that is the force. Mv square by r is equal to delta p into s. Delta p into s is the pressure force, that is inward, and minus 2m omega v sine lambda, that is the Coriolis force. Okay, that is the radial equation. Now I am rearranging. So here m is w into s delta r. So I multiply with I divide with m. So it will be v square by r is equal to delta p by s divided by m minus 2 omega v sine lambda. M will be cancelled. Then I substitute m as w s delta r. So what I am getting is v square by r is equal to delta ps, this one. So from that v square by r is 1 by w delta p by delta r minus 2 omega v sine lambda. Now I am giving a limit that delta r tending to 0. So here limit delta r tending to 0, delta p by delta r is dp by dr. Okay, therefore v square by r is equal to 1 by w dp by dr minus 2 omega v sine lambda. That is the required equation. I put it as equation 1. What is dp by dr? Change in pressure with the radial direction, that is called gradient. Okay, all the quantities that we can measure. Okay, let us assume two situations. Here we are considering law at the center. Okay, for suppose what we are measuring is very far from the center, that means r is very high. If r is very high, v square by r is very small, so we can neglect it. So Therefore this equation 1 become 1 by w dp by dr is equal to 2 omega v sin lambda. Okay, from that wind speed v is equal to 1 by 2 omega sin lambda 1 by w dp by dr. Very important. That is equation. Okay, that is the equation for low pressure system when we are measured at a long distance. Okay, so in order to get an idea about the values, I am giving some numericals. Okay, here density of air at sea level is almost 1.3 kilogram per meter cube, and pressure, atmospheric pressure is 10 raised to 5 Newton per meter square. Normal pressure gradient is, so we can measure this, we will get this idea from weather forecasting weather map. Okay, actually there are some weather map. From the weather map you can get these ideas, these values. So dp by dr is 3 into 10 raised to minus 3 and latitude of 45 degree, okay, towards the north. So if I substitute all the values, v 1 by all the values I substituted, what I am getting is 22.47 meter per second. That is the wind velocity. It is about 80 kilometer per hour. Okay, so that is the if you convert it to kilometer per hour, it is almost 80 kilometer per hour. That means we are able to calculate the circulation velocity of wind in a far distance. So what happen if it is at the center? Okay, if near the center, dp by dr is very large, the gradient is very large. Okay, so therefore dp by dr is very large means the wind velocity will be very large. Okay, so near the center the velocity is very large. Okay, and far from the center the velocity decreases. Okay, now but we assume here v square by r is 0, something like that, but it is not always. So for example, for a very big hurricanes, big winds, dp by dr is of the order of dp by dr is of the order of 30 into 10 raised to minus 3 Newton per meter cube, and they are so strong, therefore v square by r cannot neglect. So in that case, so it will be like this. We are rearranging this one. So what you are getting is v square plus 2 omega r sin lambda into v minus r by w dp by dr is equal to 0. That is a quadratic equation. You can solve it by using your normal methods. Then you are getting v is equal to square root of omega r sin lambda whole square plus r by w dp by dr minus omega r sin lambda. Okay, there will be two values. I am taking the positive one. Okay, here also if this is the velocity of the wind. For if you calculate for some numerical values, r equal to 100 kilometers and lambda is 20 degree, lambda means latitude 20 degree, dp by dr is 30 into 10 raised to minus 3 Newton per meter cube. What you are getting is v is 45 meter per second. Okay, it is very big values if you convert. Okay, so early we got 22, it is heavier, so it will be about more than 160 or around 150 to 160 kilometer per hour probably. Okay, so at large distances wind speed decreases. As you know, as r increases, the wind speed decreases due to decrease in pressure gradient. Okay, at the center there is heavy pressure gradient, and large distances pressure gradient decreases, therefore velocity decreases. That what we expect. At the center it have maximum velocity, and at long distances the velocity of wind decreases. So this is the analysis for low pressure system. Okay, But what happen if the high pressure system? So for the high pressure system, so what important is, this is the high pressure system. This is high pressure system. In high pressure system, the pressure force is outward and the Coriolis force is inward. This one, the Coriolis force. So similarly here, so here in low pressure system, the Coriolis force is outward, pressure force is inward. Okay, here, so the radial equation will slightly change. So the radial equation become v square by r is equal to 2 omega v sin lambda minus 1 by w dp by dr. Here also you can calculate v using the normal quantity equation method. V is equal to r omega sin lambda minus square root of r omega sin lambda all square minus r by w dp by dr. Okay, so this is the equation for high pressure system. So let us analyze this. Okay, I am not going more analysis for high pressure system. So in here, if the r omega sin lambda all square is less than r by w dp by dt, what happened? So that means dp by dt is higher. So in that case, there will not be any high pressure system. I will explain why. So here the Coriolis force is inward. The Coriolis force, so the Coriolis force will be too weak to supply the needed needed centripetal acceleration against the large outward pressure force. Okay, that means if dp by dr is very large compared to r omega sin lambda, so in the square root you will have some difficulty, there will be a minus something occurs. So what happened is there will not arise a high pressure system. It could not happen a pressure, it could not form a high pressure system because the Coriolis force in that case is too weak to supply needed centripetal acceleration against the outward pressure force. So this is the reason why the storms like hurricanes are happened for low pressure systems, right?